This is an Italian specialty called a Panuozzo. I have been thinking about this ever since I had one at my buddy's restaurant, Firestone's Kitchen, but I'm gonna make it my way. We're gonna make an amazing sandwich. It's basically homemade pizza dough. I have the recipe down in the description for it if you want this recipe for this dough. It's phenomenal. It was given to me by another chef who actually trained at Mariforni's pizza school for their pizza ovens. So pretty cool. It's a really great recipe. I hope you give it a shot. But this is pizza dough that we put a little olive oil in, we fold it over on itself, we cook it in the pizza oven at 1,000 degrees, and it gets all crispy on the outside, but stays nice and soft and fluffy on the inside. And then we're going to stuff it with hanger steak and a bunch of other veggies that we're cooking on the griddle at the same time. So this is the best steak sandwich I've ever had, and I hope you like it. Let's get going. Let's talk about what we've got on our board. Now, this is tomato sauce. That's for a pizza that I'm making my kids, and this mozzarella cheese is also for that. So you'll get to see that in the B-roll as well. But for our sandwich, we are going with blue cheese. You can also rock some gorgonzola if you like. I've got some freshly chopped rosemary from our self-watering herb garden. We've got some thinly sliced red onion, and I've got some thinly sliced red bell pepper, and 2 cloves of minced garlic. Now here are our hanger steaks. If you've never had a hanger steak, this is probably my favorite cut. It is usually really tough to find because the butchers usually keep it to themselves. That's why they call it the butcher's cut. We've got this. We're just gonna salt it, throw it on the griddle, sear the hell out of it, cook it to about medium rare, and then we're gonna slice it thin. Here is my pizza dough. Now I made this yesterday and it's been fermenting in the fridge overnight. I've made 3 of them. Oh yeah, they're looking good. Nice looking balls of dough here. So one of them is gonna be pizza, one of them is gonna be our pizza sandwich. Okay, now let's talk about what we're cooking on just for a second. We're using the Halo Versa pizza oven. This thing is sitting at 1,000 degrees. Now, very important for your pizza stone that's on the inside of your pizza oven, or if you're doing this in your oven, to really let that get nice and hot. I mean, for a pizza oven like this, we wanna wait at least 15 minutes so that pizza stone is really nice and hot all the way throughout. If you're using your oven at around 500 degrees or 450 degrees, you want your oven to be on for, I mean, at least an hour. Now, our griddle is the Halo 4-burner griddle, and I've got these 2 burners preheating on high and these 2 burners on low. We're gonna cook our vegetables, our bell peppers and our onions and our garlic right over on this side and on low, and sear our steaks on high on that side. The Halo griddle is hot, baby. It's got 8 separate zones to be able to control your heat on, and it's incredible. Once you get used to it, there is no better cooking surface. And you can see I was preheating with the lid down. This is the only griddle that you can do that with because on the inside, it is hot rolled steel, not cold rolled steel, okay? You could preheat it on high. Most every griddle that I've ever had, the Blackstone or the Camp Chef, preheating on high is a bad idea because it can get too hot and warp your griddle surface. Not with the Halo griddle. Rip it up on high and get it going. First, we're gonna work on our dough and get that ready. This is just bread flour. Some people use semolina flour mixed with flour for their work table. There you go, okay. Now, this is a little bit different than shaping your pizza dough. You're really just worrying about kind of stretching it just a little bit and poking and pushing it through. We're not worried about flattening it and pushing all those bubbles out. Just stretch it by hand, and we're kind of going for like an oval shape. You don't need to worry about it being super thin because this is a sandwich, baby. And usually on a little more traditional style Panuozzo, however you want to say it, you would just throw this in your pizza oven like this. But I saw this trick at Firestone's where they actually kind of do it a little bit more like I don't want to call it a pita bread, but that's kind of the function and kind of the style that they do it in. And I'm going to show you exactly how. And it's really freaking great. And I think this is looking pretty good. So we're about 14, 15 inches long there. And then all we're going to do now is we're going to take some olive oil, drizzle that in there, and we're just going to brush that through. Now this is going to be the inside of our sandwich. And then we're going to fold this dough over onto the oil, fold it in half, and the oil will keep it from sticking to itself, thus giving us our like pita style sandwich. And no, the oil won't burn inside because there's no oxygen to let it burn. There we go. And that's the base of our sandwich right there. So we're sitting about 1,000 degrees in here. It's been running for about 15 minutes, like I said, just to get that stone nice and hot. The stone's been rotating inside, super important. So don't really need a pizza peel. We're just gonna lift this baby up, Set that right inside. Now you can see our little folded sandwich is just starting to puff up. Yes! Getting nice and brown bubbles. Now we're gonna let that go a little bit longer and then I'm gonna flip it to the other side. Gorgeous. All right, let's give it a flip. While our dough finishes cooking, let's get some oil down on the griddle and let's start cooking our veg and our steaks. Not gonna do the garlic yet because that will burn. We just put that right on top at the end. Just a little bit of salt. You could do this raw on your sandwich or you could cook up your veg like this. In a little bit more traditional way is to use like deli meats like capicola and prosciutto, things like that. And that's a little bit more traditional. I'm going with steak because you guys know I'm a steak guy. So my version of the ultimate steak sango. I tell you what, folks, that is looking perfect. I think she's done. Nice, see how the oil kept it from sticking together? I'll show you the inside in a second. We'll keep that running because we're gonna cook pizzas for the little ladies next. All right, our griddle surface on this side is on high, like I said, because that we're going to just salt. That's all we need for a hanger steak. Beautiful. All right, let's see what kind of sear we're looking at on these. Yes. Figure I'd show you a little bit of this pizza that I'm working on too. Oh yeah, look at this. This is the dough. That nice. Now look at this. Yeah, soft and bubbly on the inside. Just wait. My girls like a really saucy pizza, so they dig just the cheese, so just sauce and cheese. I mean, when we're talking about homemade pizza, okay, now we gotta go throw our garlic into our garlic and the rosemary, in the onions and peppers. They're really nice and colored up. This is only gonna be on the griddle for maybe 20 more seconds. Now when you're doing hanger steaks, make sure to sear them on all sides. They'll stand up at 120, 123. We're right on. We're gonna pull them in just another minute. Pizza for the girlios. You can go through the front, but I suck at doing that. Bring these steaks over. Let's let these babies rest. We've got our sandwich here. We're gonna start with some of these peppers and onions. Ooh, you know, actually, I'm gonna call an audible. While I was about to put those peppers and onions in there, I had a thought of just putting some olive oil in there, but then I thought a little dash of sour cream, you know what would really go great in here? Would be some creme fraiche. Would be fantastic, just to add a little fat to help carry the flavor throughout the sandwich. Creme fraiche would be great. I don't have that though. And now our onions, peppers, garlic and rosemary. Boom. Okay, save the rest for my wife because she doesn't eat the carbs. I'm taking a sacrifice. I'm not supposed to eat them either for you. Okay, now we're gonna slice this hanger steak nice and thin. Let me show you this. Just look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous meat. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna show you guys from this end. Look at that. Are you guys seeing the juice just rain through? All right, let it just sit in all that juice. Okay, I'm just gonna eat this chunk myself. Oh God, I'm telling you guys, hanger steak. All right, inside our sandwich. Yeah, just rub it around in that juice. God, I just had another thought. I just had a thought that this was missing some crunch. Now, as much as I can't stand spinach, it's gonna be great in here. Need some green, some crunch. Arugula would be nice. I actually can have a hard time finding arugula at this time of the year where we live, so. Okay, there we go. And the blue cheese. There's our Panuozzo steak sandwich. Now, I'm gonna toss this back in the pizza oven just to heat it up. And there's the girl's pizza. Show you the under part of the crust here. Nice leopard print, nice and crispy. Yeah, crunchy. It's all good if some of that spinach wilts. Probably should have done that after, but you know, we just go with things here. Just needed a minute. It sizzles on that steak juice. Still hot. There you go. Beautiful. Bubbles in the dough. Super soft on the inside with that olive oil. Not burnt. Nice and toasty and crunchy on the outside. All right, folks, let's give this a try. I'm gonna go from just the middle. First, I was right about the sour cream. Also about the spinach. That bread is so crunchy on the outside and has that perfect pizza chew to it. So good, so good. I hope you give it a try. As always, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.